Claude Code ships multi-file refactors, debugs race conditions, sets up CI pipelines autonomously, dozens of tool calls, hundreds of decisions, zero human intervention. The core architecture, a while loop. Call the model, execute tool calls, feed results back, repeat until the task is done. Every layer in this video, the 10-step pipeline, the system prompt, permission gates, the context window, subagent delegation, builds on that loop. This is how AI agents actually work. What separates a chatbot from an agent? A chatbot takes one message, returns one response. One arrow in, one arrow out. An agent does something fundamentally different. It acts, reads a file, runs a command, edits code, then observes the result. Based on what it sees, it decides what's next. It keeps going until the model returns a response with zero tool calls. That's the stop signal. That loop is everything. 3 phases, that's the entire loop. Gather context, read files, search code, understand what's actually broken. Take action, edit the code, make the change. Verify, run the tests, check the output. Did it work? If verification fails, loop back to phase 1 automatically. Gather, act, verify, repeat. And the termination signal? When Claude's response contains 0 tool calls. No tools means I'm done. Watch what this looks like on a real task. 5 API round trips. That's all it takes to fix a real bug. Turn 1. Claude reads auth.test.ts and auth.ts, gathering context. Turn 2. File contents return. Claude runs the tests, still gathering. Turn 3. Test output arrives. Claude identifies the bug, edits auth.ts, taking action. Turn 4. Reruns the tests, verifying. Turn 5. Tests pass, and the response contains no tool calls. That's the termination signal. No tool calls means the agent decided, done. But what happens inside each of those 5 turns? 10 steps fire every turn, and only one is execution. Context assembly, the full conversation packed into one payload. API call with streaming, tokens flow back, tool calls extracted. Now the safety gates, permission check. Is this allowed? Pre-tool use hooks fire. Step 7, the tool finally runs. Result captured. Post-tool use hooks fire. Loop decision. Tool calls present. Back to step 1. None, display the response. 1 step of execution out of 10. 9 steps of assembly, safety, and control. This pipeline is engineered for oversight, not just speed. Extended thinking is enabled by default in Claude Code. It uses the React framework, thought, then action, then observation, cycling until done. You can make the model think harder with activation keywords like think harder or ultra think. The thinking budget defaults to a maximum of 32,000 tokens. You can see the thinking in verbose mode with Ctrl O. It appears as gray italic text. Thinking blocks are interleaved between tool use blocks, so the model reasons between every action it takes. More thinking means better results on benchmarks like SWE bench, but it also means more tokens and higher cost. It's a trade-off, deeper reasoning for greater expense. Every turn through that loop carries hidden weight, the system prompt. Not a paragraph, thousands of tokens, assembled from 8 distinct layers. Layer 1, core identity, 270 tokens, you are Claude Code. Layer 2, behavioral rules, never force push, use read, not cat, hard constraints, not suggestions. Layer 3, tool definitions, JSON schemas with parameters and error recovery. Layer 4, CLAUDE.md, your team's context injected directly. Then 4 more, auto memory, skill descriptions, MCP tools, dynamic context. 8 layers of DNA, rebuilt and sent every single API call. How does one agent serve an entire organization, from company policy down to personal preference? 5 layers of Claude.md. Enterprise policy at the top. Project conventions next, version controlled, team shared. Modular rules scoped to specific file paths. Personal preferences across all projects. And project local overrides at the bottom. All 5 compose into one system prompt. Enterprise mandates TypeScript strict mode. Team specifies use bun, not npm. You add your own notes. The agent knows your org, your team, and you. But knowing isn't doing. Configuration tells the agent what to do, but how does it act on the world? 9 categories of built-in tools and 1 critical design choice. Dedicated tools instead of raw bash. The edit tool takes exactly 3 parameters: file path, old string, new string. If the old string isn't unique, the edit fails, by design. Safer, no accidental deletions. More reviewable, you see exactly what changes. The system prompt enforces it: use read, not cat, use edit, not sed. Each tool call is a structured contract. A model that only generates text. How does it edit files on your machine? A 4-step contract. Tool definitions ship as JSON schemas in every API request. Claude responds with a tool, use block, a declaration of intent, not execution. The runtime on your machine intercepts that intent and performs the actual operation. The result feeds back as a tool, result message, and the loop continues. Define, decide, execute, feedback. The model never touches your file system directly. Every action routes through the runtime, and this cycle keeps turning, call after call. Safety isn't an afterthought bolted on at the end. It's a gate that every single tool call must pass through, and that gate has 6 stages. First, pre-tool use hooks fire. Your custom rules get first say. Then deny rules check against explicit block lists. Then allow rules for pre-approved patterns. Then ask rules for conditional approval. Then the permission mode applies. Finally, a can use tool callback for programmatic control. It's deny first architecture. The first matching rule wins, and denial always takes priority. 5 permission modes let you tune the friction. Default mode asks before edits and shell commands. Accept edits auto-approves file changes. Plan mode is read-only, the agent can look but not touch. Don't ask auto-denies everything that would normally prompt. And bypass mode is for containers only, no prompts at all. Cycle through them with Shift-Tab. At the bedrock level, the operating system itself enforces boundaries. On macOS, seatbelt sandboxing restricts file system access and routes network traffic through a controlled proxy. On Linux, bubble wrap creates namespace isolation with seccomp filters blocking dangerous syscalls. The result? 84% fewer permission prompts without sacrificing safety. If you need something to happen 100% of the time, not 95%, you use a hook. Hooks are deterministic. They fire on events like pre-tool use or post-tool use. There are over 20 event types across 4 categories: session, conversation, tool, and subagent. Some events block execution, others fire asynchronously. The hook protocol is simple. JSON comes in on standard input, and the exit code decides the outcome. Exit 0 means proceed, exit 2 means block, with a standard error message explaining why. 3 hook types. Command hooks run a shell command. Prompt hooks use haiku for a quick yes or no gate, and agent hooks spin up a full subagent for multi-turn decisions. Configuration lives in Claude settings.json with matcher patterns like bash npm test star. Turn 3 of 5, the agent's mid-loop and heading the wrong direction. You don't have to wait. Claude Code implements an asynchronous dual buffer queue. One buffer carries the active model tool exchange. The second captures your keystrokes. Type a correction while the agent executes. Your message injects at the next loop iteration. No restart, no lost context. The difference between an autopilot you toggle on and off and one you nudge mid-flight. The constraint that shapes everything, the context window, 200,000 tokens, the agent's entire working memory. Every API call packs in the full system prompt, every message, every tool result. Sounds generous, it fills fast. System prompt, 2 to 10,000 tokens. Each tool result, hundreds to thousands. A 25-turn debugging session easily hits 50 to 100,000. And because the API is stateless, every turn resends everything. Cost grows quadratically. 10 turns cost much more than twice 5 turns. When context hits 65%, auto-compaction fires. Older tool outputs get cleared. Conversation history is summarized. Space recovered, but nuance lost. Early instructions, exact error messages. The reasoning behind early decisions, compressed away. This is why subagents matter. Verbo's work happens in their context, not yours. This is why clearing between tasks matters. Managing this window isn't prompt engineering. It's context engineering, and it's the real challenge of building agents. Every turn resends the entire conversation. Turn 1 sends 5,000 tokens. Turn 2 sends the original 5,000 plus new content, maybe 11,000 total. By turn 20, you're sending 25,000 tokens in a single request. The total cost grows quadratically, O of n squared. The cost stack has 3 layers: system prompt at the base, conversation history in the middle, and tool results on top. Output tokens cost 3 times more per token, but input volume dominates the bill. Prompt caching cuts costs by 90%. The system prompt and tool definitions are cached, so you only pay full price once. Mitigation strategies. Use /clear between tasks, /compact when context gets large. Delegate verbose work to subagents. Write specific prompts, select the right model tier, and leverage tool search for an 85% reduction. Average cost? About $6 per developer per day. Context fills up. Tasks get large. The solution? Delegation. The main agent spawns subagents, independent AI agents, each with their own fresh context window. A search through thousands of files happens in the subagent's context. Only the summary comes back. Your main conversation stays clean. Multiple subagents can run in parallel. One explores your test infrastructure. Another reads your API layer. The main agent keeps working. 6 built-in types optimize for different work. A fast explorer using a cheaper model for quick searches, a planner for read-only analysis, a general-purpose agent with full tool access. Same architecture, recursively, each subagent runs its own while loop with its own tools. For risky parallel work, Git worktree isolation gives each subagent a completely separate working directory, no conflicts. The single-threaded master delegates, but never loses control. Think of MCP as USB-C for AI, an open standard for connecting agents to external tools. Without it, every application needs a custom integration with every tool provider. That's n times m connections, a spaghetti mess. MCP reduces this to n plus m. The architecture is 3 tiers. The host, that's Claude Code, manages permissions and contains clients. Each client maintains a one-to-one session with a server. And servers expose the actual tools. The wire protocol is JSON RPC2 over ST-DIO or HTTP. MCP defines 3 primitive types. Tools are model-controlled executable functions. Resources are application-controlled data accessed via URIs. And prompts are user-controlled templates. When tool descriptions exceed 10% of the context window, Claude Code automatically activates tool search to defer loading. Each server's output is capped at 25,000 tokens. And here's the recursive twist. Claude Code can itself serve as an MCP server with the command CLAUDE.md serve. So what holds all this together? 6 layers, that's the entire architecture. At the base, Claude's Messages API, tool use, streaming, extended thinking. Above it, context management, system prompt assembly, conversation history, auto-compaction, persistent memory. The tool system, 9 categories of built-in tools plus MCP, skills and subagents. The agentic loop, gather, act, verify, repeat. A permission layer, allow, deny or ask, gating every tool call. And on top, the user interface. 6 layers, each with a clear job, but what ties them together? No swarm architecture, no competing agent personas, no orchestration framework. 1 while loop, 8 prompt layers, 9 tool categories, a 4-step calling contract, 10 safety checks per turn, that's the entire system. And that simplicity is the deepest design choice, because when your control flow is the model thinking, every improvement to the model is an improvement to the agent. for free. One loop, getting smarter with every generation.